Ramayana. Ramayana, Sanskrit, Ramayanam, Ramayan, is one of the two major Sanskrit epics of ancient India, the other being the Mahabharata. Along with the Mahabharata, it forms the Hindu Itihasa. The epic, traditionally ascribed to the Maharshi Valmiki, narrates the life of Rama, the legendary prince of the Kausala kingdom. It follows his 14-year exile to the forest by his father King Dasharatha, on request of his stepmother Ki. His travels across forests in India with his wife Sita and brother Lakshmana, the kidnapping of his wife by Ravana, the great king of Lanka, resulting in a war with him, and Rama's eventual return to Ayodhya to be crowned king is the crux of the epic. There have been many attempts to unravel the epic's historical growth and compositional layers. Various recent scholars' estimates for the earliest stage of the text range from the 7th to 4th centuries BCE, with later stages extending up to the 3rd century CE. The Ramayana is one of the largest ancient epics in world literature. It consists of nearly 24,000 verses, mostly set in the shloka, Anustap meter, divided into 7 khandas: Adikanda, Ayodhyakanda, Aranyakanda, Kishkindhakanda, Sundarakanda, Lankakanda and Uttarakanda, and about 500 sargas, chapters. In Hindu tradition, it is considered to be the Adikavya, first poem. It depicts the duties of relationships, portraying ideal characters like the ideal father, the ideal servant, the ideal brother, the ideal husband and the ideal king. Ramayana was an important influence on later Sanskrit poetry and Hindu life and culture. Like Mahabharata, Ramayana presents the teachings of ancient Hindu sages in narrative allegory, interspersing philosophical and ethical elements. The characters Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, Bharata, Hanuman, and Ravana are all fundamental to the cultural consciousness of the South Asian nations of India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and the Southeast Asian countries of Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, and Indonesia. There are many versions of Ramayana in Indian languages, besides Buddhist, Sikh, and Jain adaptations. There are also Cambodian, Indonesian, Filipino, Thai, Lao, Burmese, and Malaysian versions of the tale. Etymology. The name Ramayana is a Tatpurusa compound of the name Rama. Textual history and structure. According to Hindu tradition, and the Ramayana itself, the epic belongs to the genre of Itihasa like Mahabharata. The definition of Itihasa is a narrative of past events, Puravatta, which includes teachings on the goals of human life. According to Hindu tradition, Ramayana takes place during a period of time known as Treta Yuga. In its extant form, Valmiki's Ramayana is an epic poem of some 24,000 verses. The text survives in several thousand partial and complete manuscripts, the oldest of which is a palm leaf manuscript found in Nepal and dated to the 11th century CE. A Times of India report dated December 18, 2015 informs about the discovery of a 6th century manuscript of the Ramayana at the Asiatic Society Library, Kolkata. The Ramayana text has several regional renderings, recensions and sub-recensions. Textual scholar Robert P. Goldman differentiates two major regional revisions, the northern, N, and the southern, S. Scholar Ramesh Chandra Dutt writes that the Ramayana, like the Mahabharata, is a growth of centuries, but the main story is more distinctly the creation of one mind. There has been discussion as to whether the first and the last volumes, Balakanda and Uttarakanda, of Valmiki's Ramayana were composed by the original author. Most Hindus still believe they are integral parts of the book, in spite of some style differences and narrative contradictions between these two volumes and the rest of the book. Retellings include Kamban's Ramavitaram in Tamil, circa 11th–12th century, Gonabutta Reddy's Ramayanam in Telugu, circa 13th century, Madhavakandali's Saptakanda Ramayana in Assamese, circa 14th century, Kritibhojna's Krittivasi Ramayan, also known as Sri Rama Panchali, in Bengali, circa 15th century, Sarala Das Valanka Ramayana, circa 15th century, and Balram Das Dandi Ramayana, also known as the Jagannathan Ramayana, circa 16th century, both in Odia, Santinath's Bhavarth Ramayan, circa 16th century, in Marathi, Tolstoy's Ramcharitamanas, circa 16th century, Inawadi, which is an eastern form of Hindi, and Thunchathu as Athakans Adyathmaramayanam in Malayalam. Period. In terms of narrative time, the action of the Ramayana predates the Mahabharata. However, the general cultural background of the Ramayana is one of the post-urbanization periods of the eastern part of North India and Nepal, while the Mahabharata reflects the Kuru areas west of this, from the Rigvedic to the late Vedic period. By tradition, the text belongs to the Treta Yuga, second of the four eons, Yuga, of Hindu chronology. Rama is said to have been born in the Treta Yuga to King Dasharatha in the Ikshvaku dynasty. The names of the characters, Rama, Sita, Dasharatha, Janaka, Vashishta, Vishwamitra, are all known only in the late Vedic literature. However, nowhere in the surviving Vedic poetry is there a story similar to the Ramayana of Valmiki. According to the modern academic view, Vishnu, who, according to Balakanda, was incarnated as Rama, first came into prominence with the epics themselves and further, during the Puranic period of the later first millennium CE. Also, in the epic Mahabharata, there is a version of the Ramayana known as Ramapakayana. This version is depicted as a narration to Yudhishthira. Books 2 to 6 form the oldest portion of the epic, while the first and last books, Balakanda and Uttarakanda, respectively, are later additions, as some style differences and narrative contradictions between these two volumes and the rest of the book. The author or authors of Balakanda and Ayodhyakanda appear to be familiar with the eastern Gangetic Basin region of northern India and with the Kosala, Maitala and Magadha regions during the period of the 16 Mahajanapadas, based on the fact that the geographical and geopolitical data accords with what is known about the region. Characters. Ikshvaku dynasty. Dasharatha is king of Ionia and father of Rama. He has 3 queens, Kausalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra, and 4 sons, Bharata, and twins Lakshmana, Shatrughna, and Rama. Once, Kaikeyi saved Dasharatha in a war, and as a reward, she got the privilege from Dasharatha to fulfill 2 of her wishes at any time of her lifetime. She made use of the opportunity and forced Dasharatha to make their son Bharata crown prince and send Rama into exile for 14 years. Dasharatha dies heartbroken after Rama goes into exile. Rama is the main character of the tale. Portrayed as the 7th avatar of God Vishnu, he is the eldest and favorite son of Dasharatha, the king of Ionia, and his chief queen, Kausalya. He is portrayed as the epitome of virtue. Dasharatha is forced by Kaikeyi to command Rama to relinquish his right to the throne for 14 years and go into exile. Rama kills the evil demon Ravana, who abducted his wife Sita, and later returns to Ayodhya to form an ideal state. Sita is another of the tale's protagonists. She is a daughter of Mother Earth, adopted by King Janaka, and Rama's beloved wife. Rama went to Maitala and got a chance to marry her by breaking the Shivdanush bow, while trying to tie a knot to it in a competition organized by King Janaka of Maitala. The competition was to find the most suitable husband for Sita, and many princes from different states competed to win her. Sita is the avatar of goddess Lakshmi, the consort of Vishnu. Sita is portrayed as the epitome of female purity and virtue. She follows her husband into exile and is abducted by the demon king Ravana. She is imprisoned on the island of Lanka, until Rama rescues her by defeating Ravana. Later, she gives birth to twin boys Layuv and Kusha. Bharata is the son of Dasharatha and Queen Kaikeyi. When he learns that his mother Kaikeyi has forced Rama into exile and caused Dasharatha to die broken-hearted, he storms out of the palace and goes in search of Rama in the forest. When Rama refuses to return from his exile to assume the throne, Bharata obtains Rama's sandals and places them on the throne as a gesture that Rama is the true king. Bharata then rules Ionia as the regent of Rama for the next 14 years, staying outside the city of Ionia. He was married to Mandavi. Lakshmana is a younger brother of Rama, who chose to go into exile with him. He is the son of King Dasharatha and Queen Sumitra and twin of Shatrughna. Lakshmana is portrayed as an avatar of Shesha, the Naga associated with the god Vishnu. He spends his time protecting Sita and Rama, during which time he fights the demoness Shurpanakha. He is forced to leave Sita, who was deceived by the demon Maricha into believing that Rama was in trouble. Sita is abducted by Ravana upon his leaving her. He was married to Sita's younger sister Urmila. Shatrughna is a son of Dasharatha and his third wife Queen Sumitra. He is the youngest brother of Rama and also the twin brother of Lakshmana. He was married to Shrutakirti. Allies of Rama. Vanara. Hanuman is a Vanara belonging to the kingdom of Kishkinda. He is an ideal bhakta of Rama. He is born as son of Khazari, a Vanara king in Sumeru region, and his wife Anjana. He plays an important part in locating Sita and in the ensuing battle. He is believed to live until our modern world. Sugriva, a Vanara king who helped Rama regain Sita from Ravana. He had an agreement with Rama through which Vali, Sugriva's brother and king of Kishkinda, would be killed by Rama in exchange for Sugriva's help in finding Sita. Sugriva ultimately ascends the throne of Kishkinda after the slaying of Vali and fulfills his promise by putting the Vanara forces at Rama's disposal. Angada is a Vanara who helped Rama find his wife Sita and fight her abductor, Ravana, in Ramayana. He was son of Vali and Tara and nephew of Sugriva. Angada and Tara are instrumental in reconciling Rama and his brother, Lakshmana, with Sugriva after Sugriva fails to fulfill his promise to help Rama find and rescue his wife. Together they are able to convince Sugriva to honor his pledge to Rama instead of spending his time carousing and drinking. Rickshaw. Jamvana is known as Rikshraj, king of the rickshaws. Rickshaws are bears. In the epic Ramayana, Jambavantha helped Rama find his wife Sita and fight her abductor, Ravana. It is he who makes Hanuman realize his immense capabilities and encourages him to fly across the ocean to search for Sita in Lanka. Grida. Jatayu, son of Aruna and nephew of Garuda. A demigod who is the form of a vulture that tries to rescue Sita from Ravana. Jatayu fought valiantly with Ravana, but as Jatayu was very old, Ravana soon got the better of him. As Rama and Lakshmana chanced upon the stricken and dying Jatayu in their search for Sita, he informs them of the direction in which Ravana had gone. Sampati, son of Aruna, brother of Jatayu. Sampati's role proved to be instrumental in the search for Sita. Rakshasa. Vibhishana, youngest brother of Ravana. He was against the abduction of Sita and joined the forces of Rama when Ravana refused to return her. His intricate knowledge of Lanka was vital in the war and he was crowned king after the fall of Ravana. Foes of Rama. Rakshasas. Ravana, a Rakshasa, is the king of Lanka. He was son of a sage named Vishrava and ate a princess Kesi. After performing severe penance for 10,000 years he received a boon from the creator god Brahma. He could henceforth not be killed by gods, demons, or spirits. He is portrayed as a powerful demon king who disturbs the penances of rishis. Vishnu incarnates as the human Rama to defeat him, thus circumventing the boon given by Brahma. Indrajit or Meghnada, the eldest son of Ravana who twice defeated Rama and Lakshmana in battle, before succumbing to Lakshmana. An adept of the magical arts, he coupled his supreme fighting skills with various stratagems to inflict heavy losses on Vanara army before his death. Kumbhakarna, brother of Ravana, famous for his eating and sleeping. He would sleep for months at a time and would be extremely ravenous upon waking up, consuming anything set before him. His monstrous size and loyalty made him an important part of Ravana's army. During the war he decimated the Vanara army before Rama cut off his limbs and head. Shurpanakha, Ravana's demoness sister who fell in love with Rama and had the magical power to take any form she wanted. Vanara. Vali, was king of Kishkinda, husband of Tara, a son of Indra, elder brother of Sugriva and father of Angada. Vali was famous for the boon that he had received, according to which anyone who fought him in single combat lost half his strength to Vali, thereby making Vali invulnerable to any enemy. He was killed by Lord Rama, an avatar of Vishnu. Synopsis. Balakanda. Dasaratha was the king of Ionia. He had 3 wives, Kaushalya, Kii, and Sumitra. He was childless for a long time and anxious to produce an heir, so he performs a fire sacrifice known as Putrakamshti Yajna. As a consequence, Rama is first born to Kaushalya, Bharata is born to Ki, Lakshmana and Shatrughna are born to Sumitra. These sons are endowed, to various degrees, with the essence of the Supreme Trinity entity Vishnu. Vishnu had opted to be born into mortality to combat the demon Ravana, who was oppressing the gods, and who could only be destroyed by a mortal. The boys are reared as the princes of the realm, receiving instructions from the scriptures and in warfare from Vashistha. When Rama is 16 years old, sage Vishwamitra comes to the court of Dasaratha in search of help against demons who are disturbing sacrificial rites. He chooses Rama, who is followed by Lakshmana, his constant companion throughout the story. Rama and Lakshmana receive instructions and supernatural weapons from Vishwamitra and proceed to destroy the demons. Januka was the king of Mithila. One day, a female child was found in the field by the king in the deep furrow dug by his plough. Overwhelmed with joy, the king regarded the child as a miraculous gift of God. The child was named Sita, the Sanskrit word for furrow. Sita grew up to be a girl of unparalleled beauty and charm. The king had decided that whoever could lift and wield the heavy bow, presented to his ancestors by Shiva, could marry Sita. Sage Vishwamitra takes Rama and Lakshmana to Mithila to show the bow. Then Rama desires to lift it and goes on to wield the bow, and when he draws the string, it breaks. Marriages are arranged between the sons of Dasaratha and daughters of Janaka. Rama gets married to Sita, Lakshmana to Ramila, Bharata to Mandavi and Shatrughna to Shrutakirti. The weddings are celebrated with great festivity in Mithila and the marriage party returns to Ayodhya. Ayodhya Kanda. After Rama and Sita have been married for 12 years, an elderly Dasaratha expresses his desire to crown Rama, to which the Kausala assembly and his subjects express their support. On the eve of the great event, Ki, her jealousy aroused by Manthara, a wicked maidservant, claims two boons that Dasaratha had long ago granted her. Ki demands Rama to be exiled into the wilderness for 14 years, while the succession passes to her son Bharata. The heartbroken king, constrained by his rigid devotion to his given word, accedes to Ki's demands. Rama accepts his father's reluctant decree with absolute submission and calm self-control which characterizes him throughout the story. He is joined by Sita and Lakshmana. When he asks Sita not to follow him, she says, "The forest where you dwell is Ayodhya for me, and Ayodhya without you is a veritable hell for me." After Rama's departure, King Dasaratha, unable to bear the grief, passes away. Meanwhile, Bharata, who was on a visit to his maternal uncle, learns about the events in Ayodhya. Bharata refuses to profit from his mother's wicked scheming and visits Rama in the forest. He requests Rama to return and rule. But Rama, determined to carry out his father's orders to the letter, refuses to return before the period of exile. Aranyakanda. After 13 years of exile, Rama, Sita and Lakshmana journey southward along the banks of river Godavari, where they build cottages and live off the land. At the Panjavati forest they are visited by a Rakshasi named Shurpanakha, sister of Ravana. She tries to seduce the brothers and, after failing, attempts to kill Sita. Lakshmana stops her by cutting off her nose and ears. Hearing of this, her brother Kara organizes an attack against the princes. Rama defeats Kara and his Rakshasas. When the news of these events reach Ravana, he resolves to destroy Rama by capturing Sita with the aid of the Rakshasa Maricha. Maricha, assuming the form of a golden deer, captivates Sita's attention. Entranced by the beauty of the deer, Sita pleads with Rama to capture it. Rama, aware that this is the ploy of the demons, cannot dissuade Sita from her desire and chases the deer into the forest, leaving Sita under Lakshmana's guard. After some time, Sita hears Rama calling out to her, afraid for his life. She insists that Lakshmana rush to his aid. Lakshmana tries to assure her that Rama is invincible and that it is best if he continues to follow Rama's orders to protect her. On the verge of hysterics, Sita insists that it is not she but Rama who needs Lakshmana's help. He obeys her wish but stipulates that she is not to leave the cottage or entertain any stranger. He draws a chalk outline, the Lakshmana Rekha, around the cottage and casts a spell on it that prevents anyone from entering the boundary but allows people to exit. With the coast finally clear, Ravana appears in the guise of an ascetic requesting Sita's hospitality. Unaware of her guest's plan, Sita is tricked into leaving Dwarka and is then forcibly carried away by Ravana. Jatayu, a vulture, tries to rescue Sita, but is mortally wounded. At Lanka, Sita is kept under the guard of Rakshasas. Ravana asks Sita to marry him, but she refuses, being eternally devoted to Rama. Meanwhile, Rama and Lakshmana learn about Sita's abduction from Jatayu and immediately set out to save her. During their search, they meet Gobinda and the ascetic Shabari, who direct them towards Sugriva and Hanuman. Kishkindakanda. Kishkindakanda is set in the Ape, Vanara, citadel Kishkinda. Rama and Lakshmana meet Hanuman, the biggest devotee of Rama, greatest of ape heroes and an adherent of Sugriva, the banished pretender to the throne of Kishkinda. Rama befriends Sugriva and helps him by killing his elder brother Vali, thus regaining the kingdom of Kishkinda, in exchange for helping Rama to recover Sita. However, Sugriva soon forgets his promise and spends his time in enjoying his powers. The clever former ape queen Tara, wife of Vali, calmly intervenes to prevent an enraged Lakshmana from destroying the ape citadel. She then eloquently convinces Sugriva to honor his pledge. Sugriva then sends search parties to the four corners of the earth, only to return without success from north, east and west. The southern search party under the leadership of Angada and Hanuman learns from a vulture named Sampati, elder brother of Jatayu, that Sita was taken to Lanka. Sunda Urakanda. Sunda Urakanda forms the heart of Valmiki's Ramayana and consists of a detailed, vivid account of Hanuman's adventures. After learning about Sita, Hanuman assumes a gargantuan form and makes a colossal leap across the sea to Lanka. On the way he meets with many challenges, like facing a Gandharvakanya who comes in the form of a demon to test his abilities. He encounters a mountain named Mainakadu who offers Lord Hanuman assistance and offers him rest. Lord Hanuman refuses because there is little time remaining to complete the search for Sita. After entering into Lanka, he finds a demon, Lankini, who protects all of Lanka. Hanuman fights with her and subjugates her in order to get into Lanka. In the process, Lankini, who had an earlier vision, warning from the gods that the end of Lankan years if someone defeats Lankini. Here, Hanuman explores the demon's kingdom and spies on Ravana. He locates Sita in Ashika Grove, where she is being wooed and threatened by Ravana and his Rakshasas to marry Ravana. Hanuman reassures Sita, giving Rama's signet ring as a sign of good faith. He offers to carry Sita back to Rama, however, she refuses and says that it is not the Dharma, stating that Ramayana will not have significance if Hanuman carries her to Rama. When Rama is not there, Ravana carried Sita forcibly, and when Ravana was not there, Hanuman carried Sita back to Rama. She says that Rama himself must come and avenge the insult of her abduction. Hanuman then wreaks havoc in Lanka by destroying trees and buildings and killing Ravana's warriors. He allows himself to be captured and delivered to Ravana. He gives a bold lecture to Ravana to release Sita. He is condemned and his tail is set on fire, but he escapes his bonds and, leaping from roof to roof, sets fire to Ravana's citadel and makes the giant leap back from the island. The joyous search party returns to Kishkinda with the news. Uttrakanda. Also known as Lankakanda, this book describes the war between the army of Rama and the army of Ravana. Having received Hanuman's report on Sita, Rama and Lakshmana proceed with their allies towards the shore of the southern sea. There they are joined by Ravana's renegade brother Vibhishana. The apes named Nala and Nila construct a floating bridge, known as Rama Setu, across the sea, using stones that floated on water because they had Rama's name written on them. The princes and their army cross over to Lanka. A lengthy war ensues. During a battle, Ravana's son Indrajit hurls a powerful weapon at Lakshmana, who is badly wounded. So Hanuman assumes a gigantic form and flies from Lanka to the Himalayas. Upon reaching Mount Sumeru, Hanuman was unable to identify the herb that could cure Lakshmana and so decided to bring the entire mountain back to Lanka. Eventually, the war ends when Rama kills Ravana. Rama then installs Vibhishana on the throne of Lanka. On meeting Sita, Rama asks her to undergo an Agni Pariksha, test of fire, to prove her chastity, as he wants to get rid of the rumors surrounding her purity. When Sita plunges into the sacrificial fire, Agni, Lord of Fire, raises Sita, unharmed, to the throne, attesting to her innocence. The episode of Agni Pariksha varies in the versions of Ramayana by Valmiki and Tulsidas. In Tulsidas' Ramakaritammanas, Sita was under the protection of Agni, Simaya Sita, so it was necessary to bring her out before reuniting with Rama. At the expiration of his term of exile, Rama returns to Ayodhya with Sita and Lakshmana, where the coronation is performed. This is the beginning of Ramarajya, which implies an ideal state with good morals. Ramayana is not only the story about how truth defeats the evil, it also teaches us to forget all the evil and arrogance that resides inside ourselves. Versions. As in many oral epics, multiple versions of the Ramayana survive. In particular, the Ramayana related in North India differs in important respects from that preserved in South India and the rest of Southeast Asia. There is an extensive tradition of oral storytelling based on Ramayana in Indonesia, Cambodia, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, Laos, Vietnam, and Maldives. India. There are diverse regional versions of the Ramayana written by various authors in India. Some of them differ significantly from each other. During the 12th century, Kamban wrote Ramavidaram, known popularly as Kambramayanam in Tamil, but references to Ramayana story appear in Tamil literature as early as 300 BC. A Telugu version, Ranganatha Ramayanam, was written by Gonabutta Reddy in the 14th century. The earliest translation to a regional Indo-Aryan language is the early 14th century Saptakanda Ramayana in Assamese by Madhava Kandali. Valmiki's Ramayana inspired Sri Ramakaritmanas by Tulsidas in 1576, an epic Awadhi, a dialect of Hindi, version with a slant more grounded in a different realm of Hindu literature, that of Bhakti. It is an acknowledged masterpiece of India, popularly known as Tulsikrita Ramayana. Gujarati poet Premanand wrote a version of the Ramayana in the 17th century. Other versions include Pratavasi Ramayan, a Bengali version by Kritibazoja in the 15th century, Valanka Ramayana by 15th century poet Sarala Dasa, and Dandi Ramayana, also known as Jagamahana Ramayana, by 16th century poet Balarama Dasa, both in Odia, Attarave Ramayana in Kannada by 16th century poet Narayari, Adhyathma Ramayanam, a Malayalam version by Thunchathu Ramanujanazathakan in the 16th century, in Marathi by Srora in the 18th century, in Maithili by Chandaja in the 19th century, and in the 20th century, Rashtrakavi Kuvempu's Sri Ramayana Darshanam in Kannada. There is a subplot to the Ramayana, prevalent in some parts of India, relating the adventures of Harivan and Mati Ravana, evil brother of Ravana, which enhances the role of Hanuman in the story. Hanuman rescues Rama and Lakshmana after they are kidnapped by the Amati Ravana at the behest of Ravana and held prisoner in a cave, to be sacrificed to the goddess Kali. Adbhuta Ramayana is a version that is obscure but also attributed to Valmiki, intended as a supplementary to the original Valmiki Ramayana. In this variant of the narrative, Sita is accorded far more prominence, such as elaboration of the events surrounding her birth, in this case to Ravana's wife, Mandodari, as well as her conquest of Ravana's older brother in her Mahakali form. Early references in Tamil literature. Even before Kambar wrote the Ramavidaram in Tamil in the 12th century there are many ancient references to the story of Ramayana, implying that the story was familiar in the Tamil lands even before the Common Era. References to the story can be found in the Sangam literature of Akananaru, dated 400 BC, and Purananaru, dated 300 BC, the twin epics of Silapadikaram, dated 2nd century CE, and Manamkalai, Cantos 5, 17 and 18, and the Alvar literature of Kulasakara Alvar, Thrumangai Alvar, Andal and Nem Alvar, dated between 5th and 10th centuries CE. Buddhist version. In the Buddhist variant of the Ramayana, Dasaratha Jataka, Dasaratha was king of Benares and not Ayodhya. Rama, called Rama Pandita in this version, was the son of Kausalya, first wife of Dasaratha. Lakshmana, Lakhana, was a sibling of Rama and son of Sumitra, the second wife of Dasaratha. Sita was the wife of Rama. To protect his children from his wife Ki, who wished to promote her son Bharata, Dasaratha sent the three to a hermitage in the Himalayas for a 12-year exile. After 9 years, Dasaratha died and Lakshmana and Sita returned. Ramapanita, in deference to his father's wishes, remained in exile for a further 2 years. This version does not include the abduction of Sita. There is no raven in this version, that is, no ram-raven war. In the explanatory commentary on Jataka, Ramapanita is said to have been a previous incarnation of the Buddha, and Sita an incarnation of Yasodhara. But, Ramayana appears in other Buddhist literature, the Lankavatara Sutra. Jain version. Jain versions of the Ramayana can be found in the various Jain agamas like Ravijana's Padma Purana, story of Padmaja and Rama, Padmaja being the name of Sita, Hemakandra's Trisesti Salika Parusa Charitara, hagiography of 63 illustrious persons, Sangadas's Vasudevahandi and Uttara Purana by Gunabhadra. According to Jain cosmology, every half-time cycle has 9 sets of Balarama, Vasudeva and Pratavasudeva. Rama, Lakshmana and Ravana are the 8th Baladeva, Vasudeva and Pratavasudeva respectively. Padmanabh Jaini notes that, unlike in the Hindu Puranas, the names Baladeva and Vasudeva are not restricted to Balarama and Krishna in Jain Puranas. Instead they serve as names of 2 distinct classes of mighty brothers, to appear 9 times in each half-time cycle and jointly rule half the earth as half-Chakravartins. Jaini traces the origin of this list of brothers to the Janakaritara, Lives of Jainas, by Akriyabhadrabu, 3d-4th century BCE. In the Jain epic of Ramayana, it is not Rama who kills Ravana as told in the Hindu version. Perhaps this is because Rama, a liberated Jain soul in his last life, is unwilling to kill. Instead, it is Lakshmana who kills Ravana. In the end, Rama, who led an upright life, renounces his kingdom, becomes a Jain monk and attains moksha. On the other hand, Lakshmana and Ravana go to hell. However, it is predicted that ultimately they both will be reborn as upright persons and attain liberation in their future births. According to Jain texts, Ravana will be the future Tirthankara, omniscient teacher, of Jainism. The Jain versions have some variations from Valmiki's Ramayana. Dasaratha, the king of Sakta, had 4 queens, Aparajita, Sumitra, Suprabha, and Ki. These 4 queens had 4 sons. Aparajita's son was Padma and he became known by the name of Rama. Sumitra's son was Narayana, he came to be known by another name, Lakshmana. Ki's son was Bharata and Suprabha's son was Shatrufna. Furthermore, not much was thought of Rama's fidelity to Sita. According to the Jain version, Rama had 4 chief queens, Maithili, Prabhavati, Radhanibha, and Sritama. Furthermore, Sita takes renunciation as a Jain ascetic after Rama abandons her and is reborn in heaven. Rama, after Lakshmana's death, also renounces his kingdom and becomes a Jain monk. Ultimately, he attains Kevalajnana, omniscience, and finally liberation. Rama predicts that Ravana and Lakshmana, who were in the 4th hell, will attain liberation in their future births. Accordingly, Ravana is the future Tirthankara of the next half-ascending time cycle and Sita will be his Ganadhara. Sikh version. In Guru Granth Sahib, there is a description of 2 types of Ramayana. One is a spiritual Ramayana, which is the actual subject of Guru Granth Sahib, in which Ravana is ego, Sita is buddhi, intellect, Rama is inner soul and Lakshman is man, attention, mind. Guru Granth Sahib also believes in the existence of Dasavatara, who were kings of their times which tried their best to restore order to the world. King Rama, Ramcandra, was one of those who is not covered in Guru Granth Sahib. Guru Granth Sahib states, by Hukam, supreme command, he created his 10 incarnations. This version of the Ramayana was written by Guru Gobind Singh, which is part of Dasam Granth. He also said that the Almighty, invisible, all-prevailing God created great numbers of Indras, moons, and suns, deities, demons and sages, and also numerous saints and brahmanas, enlightened people. But they too were caught in the noose of death, Gal, transmigration of the soul. This is similar to the explanation in Bhagavad Gita, which is part of the Mahabharata. Nepal. Besides being the site of discovery of the oldest surviving manuscript of the Ramayana, Nepal gave rise to two regional variants in mid-19th, early 20th century. One, written by Banyabhakta Acharya, is considered the first epic of Nepali language, while the other, written by Siddhas Mahaju in Nepal Bhasa, was a foundational influence in the Nepal Bhasa Renaissance. Ramayana, written by Banyabhakta Acharya, is one of the most popular verses in Nepal. The popularization of the Ramayana and its tale, originally written in Sanskrit language, was greatly enhanced by the work of Banyabhakta. Mainly because of his writing of Nepali Ramayana, Banyabhakta is also called Adikavi, or the pioneering poet. Southeast Asian. Cambodia. The Cambodian version of the Ramayana, Ramkar, Khmer, Glory of Rama, is the most famous story of Khmer literature since the Kingdom of Funan era. It adapts the Hindu concepts to Buddhist themes and shows the balance of good and evil in the world. The Ramkar has several differences from the original Ramayana, including scenes not included in the original and emphasis on Hanuman and Shovanamukha, a retelling which influences the Thai and Lao versions. Ramkar in Cambodia is not confined to the realm of literature but extends to all Cambodian art forms, such as sculpture, Khmer classical dance, theatre known as Lakhor Luang, the foundation of the royal ballet, poetry, and the mural and bas-reliefs seen at the Silver Pagoda and Angkor Wat. Indonesia. There are several Indonesian adaptations of Ramayana, including the Javanese Kakaun Ramayana and Balinese Ramakavaka. The first half of Kakaun Ramayana is similar to the original Sanskrit version, while the latter half is very different. One of the recognizable modifications is the inclusion of the indigenous Javanese guardian demigod, Semar, and his sons, Garan, Betayuk, and Bagong, who make up the numerically significant four Punokawan or clown servants. Kakaun Ramayana is believed to have been written in central Java circa 870 AD during the reign of Mpu Sendrak in the Medang Kingdom. The Javanese Kakaun Ramayana is not based on Valmiki's epic, which was then the most famous version of Rama's story, but based on Ravanavada or the Ravana massacre, which is the 6th or 7th century poem by Indian poet Bhattikavya. Kakaun Ramayana was further developed on the neighboring island of Bali, becoming the Balinese Ramakavaka. The bas-reliefs of Ramayana and Krishnayana scenes are carved on balustrades of the 9th century Prambanan temple in Yogyakarta, as well as in the 14th century Penataran temple in East Java. In Indonesia, the Ramayana is a deeply ingrained aspect of the culture, especially among Javanese, Balinese and Sundanese people, and has become the source of moral and spiritual guidance as well as aesthetic expression and entertainment, for example in wayang and traditional dances. The Balinese Kekak dance, for example, retells the story of the Ramayana, with dancers playing the roles of Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, Jatayu, Hanuman, Ravana, Kumbhakarna and Indrajit, surrounded by a troop of over 50 bare-chested men who serve as the chorus chanting Kak. The performance also includes a fire show to describe the burning of Lanka by Hanuman. In Yogyakarta, the Wayang Wong Javanese dance also retells the Ramayana. One example of a dance production of the Ramayana in Java is the Ramayana ballet performed on the Trimurti Prambanan open-air stage, with the three main Prasad spires of the Prambanan Hindu temple as a backdrop. Laos. Frolak Phalam is a Lao language version, whose title comes from Lakshmana and Rama. The story of Lakshmana and Rama is told as the previous life of Gautama Buddha. Malaysia. The Hikayat Seri Rama of Malaysia incorporated element of both Hindu and Islamic mythology. Myanmar. Yamazat Daw is the Burmese version of Ramayana. It is also considered the unofficial national epic of Myanmar. There are 9 known pieces of the Yamazat Daw in Myanmar. The Burmese name for the story itself is Yamyana, while Zat Daw refers to the acted play or being part of the Jataka tales of Theravada Buddhism. This Burmese version is also heavily influenced by Ramakien, Thai version of Ramayana, which resulted from various invasions by Konbong dynasty kings toward the Ayutthaya kingdom. Philippines. The Maharadilawana, an epic poem of the Maranao people of the Philippines, has been regarded as an indigenized version of the Ramayana since it was documented and translated into English by Professor Juan R. Francisco and Nagarjuna Madale in 1968. The poem, which had not been written down before Francisco and Madale's translation, narrates the adventures of the Monkey King, Mahradiyalawana, whom the gods have gifted with immortality. Francisco, an ontologist from the University of the Philippines Manila, believed that the Ramayana narrative arrived in the Philippines sometime between the 17th to 19th centuries, via interactions with Javanese and Malaysian cultures which traded extensively with India. By the time it was documented in the 1960s, the character names, place names, and the precise episodes and events in Mahradiyalawana's narrative already had some notable differences from those of the Ramayana. Francisco believed that this was a sign of indigenization, and suggested that some changes had already been introduced in Malaysia and Java even before the story was heard by the Maranao, and that upon reaching the Maranao homeland, the story was further indigenized to suit Philippine cultural perspectives and orientations. Thailand. Thailand's popular national epic Ramakien, Thai. From Sanskrit Ramakirti, glory of Rama, is derived from the Hindu epic. In Ramakien, Sita is the daughter of Ravana and Mandodari, Thotskan and Muntho. Vibhishana, Fifek, the astrologer brother of Ravana, predicts the death of Ravana from the horoscope of Sita. Ravana has thrown her into the water, but she is later rescued by Janaka, Changak. While the main story is identical to that of Ramayana, many other aspects were transposed into a Thai context, such as the clothes, weapons, topography and elements of nature, which are described as being Thai in style. It has an expanded role for Hanuman and he is portrayed as a lascivious character. Ramakien can be seen in an elaborate illustration at Wat Phra Ku in Bangkok. Critical edition. A critical edition of the text was compiled in India in the 1960s and 1970s, by the Oriental Institute at Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda, India, utilizing dozens of manuscripts collected from across India and the surrounding region. An English-language translation of the critical edition was completed in November 2016 by Sanskrit scholar Robert P. Goldman of the University of California, Berkeley. Influence on culture and art. One of the most important literary works of ancient India, the Ramayana has had a profound impact on art and culture in the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia with the lone exception of Vietnam. The story ushered in the tradition of the next 1,000 years of massive-scale works in the rich diction of regal courts and Hindu temples. It has also inspired much secondary literature in various languages, notably Kambaramayanam by Tamil poet Kambar of the 12th century, Telugu language Mala Ramayanam by poet Mala and Ranganatha Ramayanam by poet Gonabutta Reddy, 14th century Kannada poet Nara Aries Ta'arave Ramayana and 15th century Bengali poet Krittabhojnas Krittivasi Ramayan, as well as the 16th century Awadhi version, Ramacharitamanas, written by Tulsidas. Ramayanic scenes have also been depicted through terracottas, stone sculptures, bronzes and paintings. These include the stone panel at Nagarjunakonda in Andhra Pradesh depicting Bharata's meeting with Rama at Chitrakuta, 3rd century CE. The Ramayana became popular in Southeast Asia during 8th century and was represented in literature, temple architecture, dance and theatre. Today, dramatic enactments of the story of the Ramayana, known as Ramlila, take place all across India and in many places across the globe within the Indian diaspora. In Indonesia, especially Java and Bali, Ramayana has become a popular source of artistic expression for dance drama and shadow puppet performance in the region. Sindritari Ramayana is Javanese traditional ballet of Wayang Orang genre, routinely performed in Prambanatramurti Temple and in Cultural Center of Yogyakarta. Balinese dance drama of Ramayana is also performed routinely in Balinese Hindu temples, especially in temples such as Ubud and Uluwatu, where scenes from Ramayana is integral part of Kecak dance performance. Javanese Wayang Kulit Purwa also draws its episodes from Ramayana or Mahabharata. Ramayana has also been depicted in many paintings, most notably by the Malaysian artist Syed Thajuddin in 1972. The epic tale was picturized on canvas in epic proportions measuring 152 by 823 centimeters in 9 panels. The painting depicts 3 prolific parts of the epic, namely the abduction of Sita, Hanuman visits Sita and Hanuman burns Lanka. The painting is currently in the permanent collection of the Malaysian National Visual Arts Gallery. Religious significance. Rama, the hero of the Ramayana, is one of the most popular deities worshipped in the Hindu religion. Each year, many devout pilgrims trace their journey through India and Nepal, halting at each of the holy sites along the way. The poem is not seen as just a literary monument, but serves as an integral part of Hinduism and is held in such reverence that the mere reading or hearing of it or certain passages of it, is believed by Hindus to free them from sin and bless the reader or listener. According to Hindu tradition, Rama is an incarnation, avatar, of God Vishnu. The main purpose of this incarnation is to demonstrate the righteous path, dharma, for all living creatures on earth. In popular culture, multiple modern, English-language adaptations of the epic exist, namely Ramchandra series by Amish Tripathi, Ramayana series by Ashok Bankar and a mythopoetic novel, Ajra, Tale of the Vanquished by Anand Neelakantan. Another Indian author, Devdutt Patnaik, has published 3 different retellings and commentaries of Ramayana titled Sita, the Book of Ram and Hanuman's Ramayana. A number of plays, movies and television serials have also been produced based upon the Ramayana directed by Babu. Starring Sobhan Babu, Chandrakala, S.V. Rangarao, 91. Kanchana Sita, a Malayalam film by G. Aravindan, 1977. Ramayana, The Legend of Prince Rama. The Indo-Japanese traditional animation feature film, 1992. Little Princess, 1995. An American film chronicling the time of an infant child during World War I in an all-girls boarding school. The story of Rama and Sita is told by the main character to the other girls and is cast throughout the plot. Opera Jawa, an Indonesian-Austrian film in the Indonesian language, inspired by the story of the abduction of Sita, 2008. Sita Sings the Blues, an independent anime 2008. Lavakusa, The Warrior Twins, animated film based on Uttarakhand, 2010. Ramayana, The Epic, a Warner Brothers Indian animated film, 2010. Shrimp, based on Uttarakhand, a Telugu film starring Nandamari Balakrishna, 2011. Yak, The Giant King, a reinterpretation of Ramayana. The Thai animation film tells the story of a giant robot, Nakyu, wandering in a barren wasteland after a great war. Nakyu meets Jay Alfuek, a puny tin robot who has lost his memory and is now stuck with his new big friend. Together they set out across the desert populated by metal scavengers, to look for the creator of all robots. 2012. Mumbai Musical, DreamWorks Animation, 2016. Ramayana, the story is set to be adapted into a film, set to be helmed by director Nitesh Dewal. Plays. Kanchana Sita, Sakatham and Lankalakshmi, award-winning trilogy by Malayalam playwright C.N. Srikanthan Nair. Links Warren, a play by the award-winning Tamil cinema actor R.S. Manohar. A Balinese traditional folk dance which plays and tells the story of Ramayana. Exhibitions. Gallery Nucleus Ramayana exhibition, part of the Art of Book Ramayana, Divine Loophole by Sanjay Patel. The Rama Epic, Heroine, Ally, Foe by the Asian Art Museum. Books. The Song of Rama by Vanamali. Ramayana by William Buck and Estrist. Ramayana Divine Loophole by Sanjay Patel. Sita, an illustratory telling of the Ramayana by Devdutt Patnaik. Hanuman's Ramayan by Devdutt Patnaik. Ramchandra series by Amish Tripathi, a retelling of the Ramayana in a unique way. It has 3 books till now: Ram, Scion of Ikshvaku, Sita, Warrior of Mithila, and Ravan, Enemy of Aryavarta. Sri Ram Katha series by Suhardayana, a drama and a poem, namely, Scion of Suryavansh, and Chronicles of Suryavansh. TV series. Ramayana, originally broadcast on Doordarshan, produced by Ramanand Sagar in 1987. Jai Hanuman, originally broadcast on Doordarshan, produced and directed by Sanjay Khan. Ramayana, 2002, originally broadcast on ZTV, produced by BR Films. Ramayana, 2008, Originally broadcast on Imagine TV, produced by Raman Sagar. Ramayana, 2012, a remake of the 1987 series and aired on Zee TV. Antariksh, 2004, a sci-fi version of Ramayana. Originally broadcast on Star Plus. Raven, series on life of Ravana based on Ramayana. Originally broadcast on Zee TV. Sankamukan Mahabli Hanuman, 2015 series based on the life of Hanuman presently broadcasting on Sony TV. Siayakram, a series on Star Plus, originally broadcast from November 16, 2015 to November 4, 2016. Ram Siayaklayuv Kush, 2019, a series based on Ramayana, showing the life of children of Ram Sita, Kush and Leave broadcasting on Colors TV. Citations. References. Further reading. Sanskrit text. Electronic version of the Sanskrit text, input by Munioto Kunaga. Sanskrit text on Gradle. Translations. Jain Ramayana of Himchandra English translation, 7th book of the Trishashti Shalaka Purusha Karitara, 1931. Valmiki Ramayana verse translation by Desiraju Hanumanta Rao, K. M. K. Murthy et al. Summary of the Ramayana. Summary of Maurice Winternitz, A History of Indian Literature, 2, originally broadcast on Zee TV, produced by BR Films. Ramayana, 2008, originally broadcast on Imagine TV, produced by Raman Sagar. Ramayana, 2012, a remake of the 1987 series and aired on Zee TV. Antariksh, 2004, a sci-fi version of Ramayana. Originally broadcast on Star Plus. Raven, series on life of Ravana based on Ramayana. Originally broadcast on Zee TV. Sankamukan Mahabli Hanuman, 2015 series based on the life of Hanuman presently broadcasting on Sony TV. Siayakram, a series on Star Plus, originally broadcast from November 16, 2015 to November 4, 2016. Ram Siayaklayuv Kush, 2019, a series based on Ramayana, showing the life of children of Ram Sita, Kush and Leave broadcasting on Colors TV. Citations. References. Further reading. Sanskrit text. Electronic version of the Sanskrit text, input by Munioto Kunaga. Sanskrit text on Gradle. Translations. Jain Ramayana of Himchandra English translation, 7th book of the Trishashti Shalaka Purusha Karitara, 1931. Valmiki Ramayana verse translation by Desiraju Hanumanta Rao, K. M. K. Murthy et al. Summary of the Ramayana. Summary of Maurice Winternitz, A History of Indian Literature, trans. By S. Ketkar. Valmiki Ramayana translated by Ralph T. H. Griffith, 1870 to 1874, Project Gutenberg,